We are live, Gent. Thanks for joining us today.
What's up? No problem.
We're super excited to have you on here, Gent, for a lot of reasons. One, you're a pretty cool dude. Second of all, you know how to play tanks. Third of all, you're kind of funny. So this should be interesting. And we're showcasing the Vickers CR, a tank that you are pretty good with. So let me start by just giving you like the street cred. First of all, not a bad 30-day. You're at 70%. Your win rate's 3,400, which is just fucking crazy.
It's pretty decent.
Your average damage is 2,971. I mean, when I have a 3,000 damage game, I'm general. I mean, you know, if it's tier 10, maybe it's just okay. But like in general, I'm pretty excited. That's your average. That's just nuts. Your damage ratio is 199. Killing it. Some good stats, dude. What makes you such a great blitz player?
I don't know. I honestly don't know why I keep playing the game as much as it pisses everybody off. You know, with teams and all the players, raging is pretty easy. But I don't know. There's just something about the game I really love, so I keep playing it.
Well,
and over time, you just get better.
Yeah, and you've never re-rolled. Tell us more about that. It's something you and I were chatting about the other day. So tell me more about your thoughts on that, because I think it's pretty cool.
I don't like re-rolling personally, but you know, if you do, it's fine. But like, the reason why I don't re-roll is because I've put already so much time into my main account and like spent a lot of money, and it pretty much just put my main account to shame if I just went and re-rolled.
Well, that makes a ton of sense. You know, do you? What is your general thought around, you know, your spirit of, do you like to play heavies, lights, that kind of thing? I'm sure that's on here somewhere, but I don't know where to find that. I see you play tier 8 and 10 the most, I think. That's pretty cool.
To be honest, I play lights, mediums, and heavies probably the same amount, but TDs are a little less.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that's good to know. So we're talking about the Vickers CR. I know it's a little bit small for the audience. I'll zoom it in a little bit. One of the reasons you and I wanted to do this stream is you only played 100 games in it and you froze it there. I'll say it's for the stream, but maybe it's for other reasons. Your average damage currently with the Vickers CR through 100 games is 3,445. All your other stats are just nonsensical. Like, I don't even know what to say about them. They're so nuts. You know, all this crazy, you know, your survival rate's 64%. You mastered it 4 times. Win 8 is 3,360. You're ranked number 26 out of 1,449 players. All that other stuff is just crazy good. So let's talk about this tank. Why are you so damn good with it?
Well, first of all, it's broken. Like, I'm surprised this thing hasn't even gotten nerfed yet. I was expecting a nerf coming update within the next couple of days, but in the patch notes there was nothing saying this tank was getting nerfed, which is really surprising because the combination of like the turret armor, the speed, the camouflage rating that has because it's a light tank, and then the gun, the alpha, the cheap hash you can have, it shits on tier 8s and then it competes with tier 10s.
Got it.
It's just a monster all around.
Well, I think so too. I'm not nearly the player you are, period, or with the tank, but I also love it. Let's jump into it a tiny bit here before we have 7 replays, huge games ranging from about 5,000 damage to all the way to 8. But before we get there, let's talk about the configuration and the parameters. Obviously, we're talking about a tier 9 light British tank. If you didn't know that, it's probably not the right stream for you out there. Jet, how do you equip this thing?
I run both the T's just for little tiny bits of more reload.
Oh, do you really? Okay.
Honestly, you could run protective kit instead of the tiny teacup, but it's just personal preference. And then I run improved fuel. Okay,
improved fuel makes sense, of course. Okay, good. Now, in terms of equipment, do you calibrate this thing? With a rammer, you've got 2867 DPM. With 245 pen for the AP. What about you? What do you like to do here?
I definitely calibrate because its heat goes up to 319, and you also got that GPS, which helps you even more against tier 8s. You can pen like mediums in the front and all kinds of crap.
Okay, so we will calibrate. I think Lek is another player we'll be featuring tonight. Lek also argues for the calibration. He just says the DPM is good enough. Might as well take the pen. Calibrating it, your heat pen is 319, which is good enough. Probably not very good, good enough. And then what's awesome is it's got Hesh with 116 pen, which is just ridiculous. 440 alpha. I mean, that's insane. I mean, that's
the
so
alpha
useful.
is insane. Like, it should not be 440. It should be like 400. But
yeah, it's fantastic. Which that pen too. I mean, you can pen a lot of tanks, sides and rears, and even into your 10 with that. And it's got great velocity. Even on the Hesh velocity is 1173. The AP is fantastic at 1478. So this thing zings across there. It shouldn't be any problem.
Yeah, definitely British guns for you.
And I love velocity. I'm addicted to like high velocity cannons. So, all right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, sweet enough. Okay, what about the others? Are you using supercharge to get it even faster? That would bring it all the way up to 1921 velocity, or do you knock down the aim time?
I knock down the aim time.
Okay. All right. I assume you probably do improved assembly or enhanced armor?
Improved assembly.
That makes sense. Probably the engine accelerator. I assume you refine gun, or do you actually do the vertical stabilizer?
I actually do vertical stabilizers because with refined gun, you're never really specifically still. So your dispersion is never at its max. So I'd rather have that snapshot capability that verts give you.
Makes sense. I mean, I think when you're running a light tank, I probably don't do this enough, but I should use a vertical stabilizer probably for all lights. And then the last two, I always do toolbox and consumer delivery, but these are really personal preferences. Probably no faulting that.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, parameters. So let's just do a quick review. We mentioned already the DPM, the pen, the velocity. Very low. Look, the penetration loss. You know, and I'm going to change this. This is only showing the parameters for tier 9 lights, but given that there's only 3 of them, I'm going to change it to all tier 9 tanks to give people the difference. And notice the velocity, even without supercharge, or I guess the comparison is the same, but it's number 2 in velocity in all of tier 9. Number 1 is the K91, I guarantee it. K91's got wicked cannon. Gun handling is excellent. 1.55 aim time. That's 3 out of all tier 9. Dispersion 0.317. Also excellent. And number 7. Relatively low dispersion while moving and rotating. And after a shot is okay. One huge advantage of this tank too is the gun depression of -10. I have tried my hardest to drive a Batchat. And the gun elevation depression with that tank just kills it. And this one, the -10 +20 is just a huge difference in my opinion. And it's got a good turret traverse. It's a very good turret traverse, actually. Mobility is so-so. I think this is kind of the difference between the tank and why it's not a true light. You got 38.4 tons. It's not a light tank by many measures. It does go 65. It's going to take you a while to get there. 2695 power to weight, which is more medium-like, I think, than a true light, right?
Yeah, for sure. Strangely enough, this is probably one of the only light tanks. Probably the only light tank I run speed boost on. I don't know why. I kind of liked it, just being able to get to positions faster and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
It doesn't do it already.
Yeah, that's really cool. I had no idea that. I've never tried that. Well, that's another really clever idea. Love that. All right, so then traverse speed we looked at, and then concealment. Concealment is, I don't think this is correct, but concealment is okay for the tank. I don't think it's got any concealment issues that I'm aware of. I think it's got good camo. We'd have to look at that in the game. It always has it wrong on here. Here's the armor. Now, again, for a lot of folks, you're looking at this tank and you're saying it has no armor. It's a light tank. And look at the armor on the turret. It's got 224 millimeters of pen. That's just, at a very direct angle. This tank should get you, and it's got a huge gun mantlet as well. it should get you some trolley bounces. And its front armor, again, straight on, unangled is 100 millimeter, but angled, double angled, you're looking at 200 millimeters. So it should get on the occasional bounce. I don't know if that's been your experience with it, Gent, or does it ever bounce for you? Or is it pretty much just get smoked?
Honestly, unless you're going up against somebody that has like godlike aim, you can really just rely on the turret as if it was literally a Russian medium or something.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. Because that gun mantlet, you're not going through it. And around the gun mantlet, it's troll as hell.
Nice.
It's tiny, too.
Yeah, well, and the reality is, compare this to the other lights, it's just ridiculous. Now, the T-92 has kind of troll armor as well, but I hate that tank.
Yeah, for sure. It's upper plate.
I absolutely despise it.
It's annoying.
All right, before we jump into the replays, the last thing I want to do is a quick comparison here. So comparing the Vickers to the two other lights in the game, in the tier, I should say, Bat Chat, T92, see a lot of red there in the firepower area. I threw the T54 in there, the legendary, medium. And the T94 obviously compares favorably. This is using the rammer, but doesn't matter. We can keep it. The T94 is a legendary tank, and it's got obviously higher DPM. But you notice the pen difference, the alpha differences, and this is just looking at AP, not to mention the HESH this tank has. So a lot of advantages there versus the 54 for sure. The weapon handling, again, it's pretty much better. Again, you see red is good. Speed, it is slower than the two other lights all around, power to weights. But not that much. It's one of those things. The power to weight 23.4, and then you see, the Batchet is 24, and then the T92 is 28. So it's not as big as you'd imagine. It's just a little bit faster than the T54. More like a medium, I guess.
Yeah.
And then Nomad Traverse is about the same. They're all similar. The one thing I'd point out here before we jump off is, so first of all, check out the win rate because this tank has had, it's got a lot of players. Right now, it's got 8,862 players. It's got 4 times the players of the Batchat. And the win rate's 59%. That is insanely high.
Yeah, like,
Jesus.
I don't know how this tank has gotten nerfed. It's crazy. It's like 4% over the next tank to it on the list of like highest win rate tanks in that tier.
It's insane. And actually, let's jump into that because that is just nuts. The I can't get over how broken this is, and I am truly shocked. Yeah, you're right. So Vickers CR 58.8, the AMX 31ER is the only one that comes like remotely close to it. Yeah, and that's with a lot. It's got 2,500 players versus the Vickers on here. It's got 9,000, right? K91, 10. The next tank is the T54, T95. Sorry, T95 is next at 54% for the tech tree. So if you do tech tree only, nothing's even remotely close to it. So this thing's going to get nerfed. There's just no way. It's got to have to get nerfed. It's just it will get nerfed. It's bound to happen. All right, let's jump into the replay. We got 2 today from Frosty. I hope he's watching. Let's take a quick look here. And the Frosty's got a couple. I think one of them is a potentially lost. So we can start with. You want to start with Normandy or Alpenstadt? Let you pick, Gent.
Let's do Alpenstadt.
Okay. Do you like Alpenstadt?
I don't mind it, to be honest.
Okay.
It's an okay map.
Not my favorite map in the world, but I have good games that occasionally should complain to. So right off the bat, it's a tier 10 battle, and Frosty is going to the A cap. Let's take a look if we know any of the players. I don't know any of these guys. I don't think. Oh, no, maybe Pro Nub from R is a good player. I don't know about the rest of them. So, is this where you would go with this, Gent? Would this be your play?
I like to go more towards the bridge, to be honest. I don't really use this spot. Even though it's a really good spot, like you get spots for the mediums crossing. You can also potentially spot some of their TDs in the back too. But personally, I like to use the hold down spot right by the bridge.
That is equally my spot. I'm kind of curious about this one, and I did not watch this replay in advance. It's interesting position. It works if the enemy team doesn't push, but if they do push, they're going to have a lot of guns pointing at you from those hills over there. Of course, there comes a E50 which just slowly pokes out sideways. That's always going to be a successful. That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Frost and his teammates are pushing. I noticed their heavies are in that channel over there. That is not good. And the enemy team are capping B. I think both the E100, the E5, it looks like, and their whole rear are all in that like next to B channel there. That is a suicidal spot early in the match.
Yeah, definitely. And his team is playing like so weird. All their positions are all out of whack for what's going on right now. There's like 4 of them down in the ditch.
Let me take a look. So we got ourselves a waffle back there. That makes sense. We just got absolutely nuked for 954. Then you got an E50 over there next to the waffle. That's perfect. Probably a Nintendo Switch player. No offense.
That's a yikes.
And is that Leo AFK? That AFK Leo he harvested?
Yep, there you go. Switch to the hash.
Exactly. There you go. Bounces the freaking the Death Star with the turret. Did you see that? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy. This tank it has everything.
I mean, that's 313 minimum with the Death Star AP. That was not Death Star Hesh 930. So Frosty's getting that bastard out. He's not letting that AFK guy live. Like that was like an extreme effort there. And let's see if he gets the shot. Hail Mary there. So it's 3 right now. So it's 6 or 5 against 4. I guess there's hope here. That 183 is a little bit low on hit points as well. Let's see here. I don't know what the hell I'd do in this position. The problem is they're going to lose by points.
There's that camo.
What's that?
There's that camo rating. He wasn't spotted until he shot.
And there's a T91. There's another one.
Okay, he left the game.
This must have been Frosty's win. I'm not sure he lost in the other one, by the way, but anyway.
I guess watching out the screen.
He's waiting for that 183 to just wake back up. Now he's got himself an E75. That's not going to land.
Penetrate their armor.
I bet you this 183 is like, oh, he just deleted that. Maybe he's not a bad player. I'm going to bet $1 million that Abuelo 13 is not a good player. For those of you who don't speak Spanish, that means grandpa. And he bounces this turret shot off the 183. It's 4 on 3, 7-7 to 680 in cap points. Oh, Frosty gets city out. I was going to say that is not. You do not have cover on your wheel well when you do that. Bounces another one off the 183 turret. Oh man, it's now 3 on 3. And that E75's got all kinds of health. Well, he finally clears 183. It's a 3 on 2, and they are going to lose by points if they do not move now. He's counting, probably wondering what that E50 is doing. Well, that's that E50 that was camping by the waffle. So, yeah, that's not going to go well.
It's a whack situation.
Well, I think Frosty couldn't. I mean, you're kind of playing this, I guess, like a fixed position light, and that's a hard thing to do. They cleared the whatever the hell that was. Now they got an E75, 940, and somebody's in B. That'll help. There's a chance here, a good chance here, but E75 is not taking. Oh, what a lucky shot!
Our track is hit. He can break any
He could
minute.
definitely COD this guy. 975 in the cap points. Oh, just in time.
Destroy.
Nice
Wow.
job. Wow.
That was clutch.
That was definitely clutch. Well played there by Frosty. All right, well, one down. That was a little nuts. All right, he mastered that one with only 3,700 damage. That's kind of surprising. 1523 base, so he got some other things there. Yeah, I think that Pro Nub guy is a good player. He's almost to your. Hey, by the way, Jen, I saw you peaked at 63%. Congratulations. I don't know if that's new or not.
Yeah, recently, thanks.
Yeah, that's badass, man. Let's take a look at Abuelo 13, and I like to do this during our streams. Gent, what would you like to say in terms of the win rate for Abuelo 13? What's your guess?
45.
That's generous. I'm gonna go ahead and go with 47 actually. Let's take a look here. 49. He surprised you, huh? Let's this guy. Yeah, I knew this guy was a shitter. This is a guy capping his phone. All right.
Anybody player underscore is guaranteed shitter. Like,
yeah. Well, you know, if you ever want a fake name or for your next big turn, you should do player underscore or something. All right. And some good numbers there. I wanted to see his XP. The damage dealt, assistance to allies, active actions, team bonus. Well played. Nice job, Frosty. I'll take a quick look at you because this actually does a nice job there. And he got 1233 damage with player's assistance. That helped a lot. 620 points earned as well. That definitely was key in 100-point season. All right, very well. Next up, why don't we go to one of our uploaded games? We got a couple of these monster games. I don't know these players. And interestingly, they're both in Black Goldville. I have no idea why. We'll just play this one and see what it is. So this is Dubstep from the GV clan. Don't know the clan. Don't know the name. This is, I believe, from the EU. So it is... we're not probably going to know any of these players. So, but Black Goldville here. Jen, where would you, looking at the lineup here, what would be your position?
probably go to this bush right in front of him up here.
Why would you not push into the caves?
Because it's a tier 10 game and I don't want to. I'd rather not get YOLO'd. And not only that, but you can get spots up right here without being at risk or anything.
Gotcha. I go there with the heavies. I have to admit, it's not my light spot, but I guess anything with a good gun depression is a good spot for it. Right over that bush.
Yeah.
We've got a T92. I wonder if that landed. It looked like it might have. Nice little snapshot there. He's got the American camo on it. It's very, very nice of the Europeans to sport our national flag, especially since they bitch about it generally so much. Nice shot there. Again, I think he did land that T92 shot. And he's holding put here, so I mean, again, the way lights are played, he's playing this more like a medium. Kind of hold your spot, kind of play. And of course, he's got an idiot right behind him. I mean, why wouldn't he? You know?
Yeah, he's going to run away right here. His whole team's just sitting behind the ridge behind him.
Well, let's see how this unfolds. You're exactly right. There's his teammate. I think he's also in a Vickers. I'll take a look at that. Yeah, they're both in Vickers CRs. And he just repositioned. I mean, he's playing this, again, really well. He just finds a bush, finds a hiding spot, and he's pounded by the Pajetta.
I'm actually surprised that he's even still spotted right there.
I am a little bit as well, but I think the 92... that was a very lucky shot. Very, very lucky shot. Especially into a 92. This is going to bounce everything I should have. Okay, now we've got a first loss. And look at the makeup of this battle. It's like 2 lights, 3 TDs. That is not your typical blitz battle, but...
Yeah, it's definitely strong.
And he gets another shot, a little bit of a low roll there. And we got that FV4005. That's still is one of my most feared tanks in the game when I'm in a light, or even a medium. I hate that fucking thing. They always creep up somewhere behind you, and just the good player just annihilate you.
Yeah, they just pop speed boost and there's no getting away until they dump their whole clip into you.
I know, and that tank's got good cannon. It doesn't miss. Oh, I hate it, and I suck in it too, which is a double negative. I think you probably practice. All right, so the only problem they got here is right now it's a 5 versus 6, but the other team has a cap. It's starting to accrue some win points. His buddy doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot of anything. I'm not quite sure what the hell the team is. Just kind of like this. I've noticed the Europeans are much more patient on their server. Maybe it's just the games we've seen. And okay, there's a backbanger. He pulls up. Doesn't look like he's heading towards our hero here. He just keeps pounding him. Okay, that's an idiot backbanger. But his teammate's about to die.
Yeah, that was a pretty dumb move, to be honest. Playing aggressively in a stalemate like this is a really big mistake because you don't know where most of their tanks are going to be or if they're rotating or whatnot. You just got to be patient.
Well, I think that must be the name of the game for this one. I think patience is like it's such a blitz virtue. And it's in a way a lot of
Yeah.
people just love to rush this game. You know, you got fast tanks. And you just want to like right now. For me, I would just want to like just go take that waffle apart. But you got to really think about your moves, and especially what you're exposing, because you've got a lot of big guns looking at you. I guess maybe not here.
Yeah, definitely. He pushed at a really good time though, because once all of the enemies started pushing his team to the right of him,
Yeah.
he made sure that there was going to be nobody with a waffle, at least as far as he knew. And then he knew pretty much well that he would be able to kill that waffle, but didn't quite land the last shot there.
I think he had tried to hesh it, and he
Enemy
gave
armor
hesh.
is damaged.
No, that was AP into the FV 4005. Okay, there comes the waffle. That waffle's an idiot.
Enemy armor is
Another
damaged.
headshot into the waffle. This guy, I mean, I tell you what, he's using the ammo right. I mean, he's just changing ammo every shot. Right ammo for the right shot. He's already at 4,700, and it's now it was a 1-on-4, I believe. It's now a 1-on-3.
We hit them hard.
Kalabanov brewing here. He's only got 680 hit points, which this projectile quickly dispense with, but
Enemy
it
vehicle
clears him. And here comes the
destroyed.
shit barn. Oh boy. However, I think his HP is 498, so he's got to hit 2 shots into him. That and he's a 1 shot to the FV, right? That is
Yeah.
going to be interesting. He's got a much better camo rating. Oh, and they're saying 1 AFK. Okay, well that explains it.
Enemy is hit.
Like an AFK mouse, and that's why he's going to get like 3,000 damage. He's gonna,
Yeah, pretty much.
that never fucking happens to me. All right, so now you got 1 shot into him. There's no way he would have pulled this off. I think with another player. So he's fortunate here that he's got the camo rating. The FV camo rating is not that bad, but he's actually got a nice
Enemy
shot,
vehicle
snapshot in.
knocked out.
And let's see what we got left. The IS-8 saying an AFK. It's a T-57 heavy, but he's got a cap first, which is smart. All right.
I'm surprised that 405 didn't just YOLO him.
I don't think that guy was very good. I mean, because you're right. I mean, all he had to do, he could have rammed him a little bit, whatever, and then just shot him 3 times. It's pretty easy. We'll take a look at that guy and see what kind of a player he is. He's in a clan. Of course, I've never heard of the clan, but all right. Well, let's see this. The true AFK.
This shit never happens to me. Like,
Enemy armor
I
is
never
damaged.
find an AFK just sitting there at the end of the game.
I mean, this is 2,300 hit points just in this guy. I mean, that's bullshit. Honestly, I mean, you wouldn't expect the inspector to catch this, but this really doesn't count in my opinion. I mean, it's good and all on paper, but it was a good game. I'll give him the game, but he had 2,300 damage from an AFK at the end of the game.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Well, look at the HE pen, man. You can get rid of 3,000 damage pretty quickly. So, nonetheless, a good
Enemy
game.
vehicle
Well played.
destroyed.
And let's see the final tally here. I wouldn't say that was a spectacular game by any means, but 83-13 is the final damage there. The base XP is 2,056.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, that's funny. Let's take a look at these guys. So, it won't. Oh yeah, that's another thing. It won't let me click on them because it's in Europe, so I can't look up the players. So, we could look it up in BlitzStars, but I don't care enough. So, all right, that was a big one. Any takeaways from that one, Gent? You'd want to highlight for the noob like me?
That definitely showed the capability the tank has to play aggressive, just because it's how tiny it is, how much armor it has on the turret, and the Hesh just allows you to completely shred things.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, again, when he rushed at the end, he showed the cannon's ability to just react, pull snap. He had about 4 or 5 just super lucky snapshots as well. So
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we are going to Desert Sands with Caps Lock Gamer. Caps is a good player from one of the Cruels.
Let's go.
Friend of the clan as well. He's got Meat Stick from Phobo. Knows how to play. Let's see what I love the new camo, by the way. I think you run this on. Jen, I saw you. I think you have this on. Oh, I think you use this for the TS maybe as well.
Oh yeah. I like this count.
I still haven't slapped it on any of my tanks, I have to admit. I got the Eagle thing today, the TS, but I went ahead and got the Eagle just because, I'm lazy. I like All right, so he's quickly capping A, but I mean, caps. This is. I swear to God, this happens to me every fucking time in this map. I go along, I call, hey, go to A. Like 3 brain dead fucking heavies will end up at C anyway. So this is a classic spot. I just don't know how he's gonna pull out of this one.
I mean, probably the best move he can do right now is just farm off of his team while they're all being YOLO'd right now, because once his team is dead over there, they're all going to start focusing on whatever tank is on his team. And it's never a good thing when you just see 7 tanks rolling towards you, or this dumbass FV.
Well, he got the kill. He got the kill.
Enemy armor is damaged.
What is that?
I think he killed the Mountain right as he got shot or something. There's an FV 4005. This is a good spot. The one he pulled in just now when the other teams, in that area there. But they are right now at a 3-on-5. It is not looking good. Even with this game, it is not looking good. 2-on-4. And there is a pile of hit.
Enemy is hit.
It is a tier 8 game, so he's got a lot of advantages over those other tanks, and that guy's obviously an idiot.
Yeah, when this thing faces tier 8s, it's like it's just no competition. You can destroy everything, like out DPM every single tank in that tier, because you can pen pretty much every tank in tier 8 with Hesh. You have the speed, the armor.
Well, he's clearly doing it here. He's got a bat chat to help him. He turned this into a 2-on-5, but those two, I guess from a 2 to a 2-on-2, those two though have a shitload of hit points, and this bat chat's nearly gone. There's a 54 lightweight. He does Hesh the lightweight, which is a huge, brings it down to a 1 shot, but he's got to get out of there before, what's left? 75 comes over. He does, and he bounces. Oh, what a crutch bounce. So now he's got a full. This should be a pretty automatic win here between E75, 1-on-1.
Yeah, definitely.
But Caps realizes he has no need to engage. He's got all the points he needs. I guess he's saying sayonara. I don't know. I guess the idiot in me probably would have taken that guy on. Jam, because he could cap B. I'll be interested to see what happens here. If he caps B, he could catch up on points. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Caps probably thought he could just snipe him with the, as he's probably with Hesh or whatever, Heat or Hesh. I'm not gonna hit that shot. Reset that camo. Nope, he does cap it. Oh man, this is gonna turn into. It's gonna be close on points. I don't think he can take it on points alone.
I don't even know what that U75 is doing. He's just staring at me.
I think he's a bad player, but let's see how this. So there you go. This is what I would have done all day long. I don't think that was something about. You know what? What he may have been thinking is, let me bring him out to the open and I'll just COD him. That's a clever idea.
Enemy is hit.
He can always run into B and get a few points if he needs him. He's got a slight point lead still. That 75 is a shit ton of hit points though. Still 890 left. At this point, it's just a point game, but his points are holding up okay so far. He will lose on points though if you can't kill him, but this E75 is important.
Yeah, he's dead. This is a win for Caps.
Well played, Caps. And one more. Just for everybody watching, I mean, he would have lost us on points to be crystal clear.
There's no doubt.
Well played there. 6,000 plus damage. 5 or 6 kills? 6 kills, 6,000 damage.
Yeah, that was a really good game.
Well played, bro. And look at the rest. This is like a massive carry. I mean, that bat chat, get all of that on like 2 clips. Really had very little support at all, of any kind. That was, I know this E75 is a nub. Let's see here, 46%. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Guaranteed. Well played though, Caps. I'm glad we showed that one. Got all kinds of awards. Let's see.
There's definitely good use of the Hesh too. He tore apart. What was that? Who was that British TD? The Conway at the beginning in 3 shots.
The Conway, he tore apart the T-54 lightweight as well using Hesh, which helped a lot.
Yeah.
Had a great bounce off the turret. I mean, just tore it up. All right, why don't we go, Jet? You want to do yours next, or would you like to do Lex?
Just do mine. Let's save Lex for next.
Sounds good. All right, you are at Oasis Palms. I will let you call this, Jet. It is all yours.
All right. Well, looking at their team, it doesn't really matter what's on their team. I always try to go dunes and tell the team to go dunes as well, because always going town, whoever goes dune is going to have the advantage, because they can just shoot through the cracks of the buildings and farm you.
Gotcha. Are there any tanks you don't go to the dunes with, or any setups where you don't want to go to the dunes?
I mean, there are a couple instances where you probably wouldn't go dunes, like say for example a mouse, or maybe even the E100. I'd go like mid.
Right. And obviously tourneys and everything is up to that, so.
Enemy armor is
Nice
damaged.
shot there already. A couple of terrific moves. You realize you have the whole damn team on.
We got him.
Yeah, this is where people get a little thirsty here.
The T4 damage.
Enemy armor is damaged.
I wouldn't fear a T4 damage in front of this.
They can pen your like bottom plate and stuff, but they have problems spending the upper plate, surprisingly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, and then there's a yet. Oh, that's range.
We got him.
And then you get the hell out of dodge. Smart move.
This guy's still yelling, man.
But it was a really smart play there. You ran, brought him with you, and then turned around, and then you threw him intentionally landed on which was clutch. And that guy's basically gone.
Yeah, definitely not smart.
We got him.
But the big thing here is we have to clear dunes so we can help the team that went heavy route.
Yeah.
Because like I said, if we all died over here, or if I left this side, my two teammates probably would have ended up dying, and then we'd just all get farmed by the leftover enemies.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
And then coming up here, I actually take a shot from something, probably the waffle or whatever.
Truck hit.
There it is. A little lucky there that I survived with, was that 9 HP.
Yeah. You call that a little lucky. But you still have a full team. It's 7 against 3 at this point. So, I mean, you know, you can use a little bit of luck, not the end of the world.
Yeah, from here on out, it's pretty much just farming the enemy.
Well, I mean, that initial push that you had was awesome. I mean, that really cleared. And then there, of course, was a. I mean, what game would it be without a waffle sitting in the back? You know, it wouldn't really be a proper game. So.
Yeah, not even trying to get out of dodge. It's just sitting there.
Enemy armor is damaged.
And you and I love that tank, so we're not criticizing the tank, we're criticizing the player.
Yeah, that tank is broken. That tank is OP. Like,
So I was mining your stats today, Jen. You do not have a mastery in it yet.
the waffle, its mastery ceiling is high as hell. Like,
I actually managed some ridiculous mastery game with it once, and unfortunately didn't save that reach. I'm still regretting that, but it was a ridiculous luck, whatever, like 5,500, 5 kills kind of thing. So
I think my highest damage game in that tank when I played my 100 games and it was only 6,800. It was a loss and it was still not a mastery.
We finished him off.
certainly did some play. Nice moves there on that waffle, keeping the turret low, using the rocks. I got no way to deal with it. All right, let's see, if you can get secure this kill. Nice shot there. Going for the ram. No. That would have been a bad move.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for this game.
Nice job, man. Well played. 5,000. Looks like 5108 damage. Let's see if that's the final. Yeah, that's hilarious. I mean, honestly, an MC2 with 55,000 damage is quite hilarious. Looks like this was a rating game as well. So this is probably a while back, but you were still calibrating.
Yeah, I used the tank to calibrate.
Smart. That's a smart
And
move.
that was pretty much the only good game I got.
Well, very well done. All right. Well, let's jump to Lek, see what he's got. This was a recent mastery for Lek. He's mastered it a few times, I believe. Not saved. All right. He is playing in Mines, one of my favorite maps when I'm in a tier 3. Not my favorite in a tier 9 or 10, but. And Lek looks like he calibrated with this tank a while back. He's got the gold. What is it? Gold League, I guess. Camo there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Go.
Or no. I think that's either he got 5K when that was the 5K camo, or he got 4K like last couple of seasons.
Yeah, good with that. Lek has never paid for a camo. He's very proud of that. So he works hard to get the try-hard camos from Radiant. I like his position here. I mean, he's playing this. He's using the gun approach from the maximum there. Gets behind that. He's expecting somebody to go up. Of course, it's an idiot in the T49. I mean, why else?
He is so late to the party.
Oh,
that T49, like, what the hell?
You may as well have a flag over your head that just says, hesh me. What a fucking idiot.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, he only lost half of his hit points, which honestly is fortunate, because damn, like you're asking for it when you do something that stupid.
Especially that late into the beginning of the game.
And then this is one of Lek's favorite spots. Probably don't want to brag about it because he likes to keep these secrets close, but when you've got anything with a plus 20, you can sneak and get shots over here. And this T49 has absolutely no clue where that came from. I mean, just literally no idea.
I don't think I ever use this spot. I like to sit by the hill most of the time. Unless I'm in a heavy, I go down and get around into their spawn and stuff. But that was a really good play by him, because then it stopped that D49 from being so aggressive. He ran away.
Yeah,
And then it also allows him to take hill here.
Yeah, he's going to there he goes, in a ram kill. Nice. The T54 is 234 is coming up there, which is also an added bonus. Well, he's hauled down, so he's not going to be dead.
He's backwards on the hill.
Yeah, he should have some teammate help. I don't think Lek's getting a lot of help. By the way, this is very aggressive play. Lek is I call him Lek Performance. He's one of our most conservative players, and so he's playing this pretty damn aggressive. Of course, he knows where he's going, which helps. That's bullshit. Since Mines is a tiny little map, that helps. But
honestly, looking at the scoreboard right now, this is literally a recipe for a loss, unless their team is just stupid as hell.
Well, it's a 3-on-6, but they got a lot of low hit point players, and they're, and he is in a tier 9. There's 4 tier 9s. Yeah, Lek should lose this. I totally agree. There should be no way to.
Although he does have hill with this tank, so
yeah. But then a KPF, PZ, a Vickers CR. I mean, they got tanks can do a lot. That Vickers CR is a cameless dude, and then this KPF.
Enemy is hit.
They're not even paying attention to him.
They got
Lek has all of it to himself here.
3 1-shots, 1 2-shots, 1.
Gotcha.
Like KD5. And the Waffle, I think, has got full health. Lek's going to erase some of that.
Enemy armor is damaged.
If I'm correct in this assessment, Lek has wandered into a rabid nest of idiots. I think
pretty much.
I'm going to guess there is not a lot of good players on the opposite team. No idea what that Vickers is doing. And this is, I would tell you, 10,000 games ago, I would have jumped down and killed that Vickers and probably lost the game. Lek is playing this right. Do not jump down there. There's no need.
Yeah, there's a couple of times where I just jump down and get too greedy and then immediately regret it. Yeah, never jump down.
Dude, I've done that so many fucking times. That idiocy. It works like 1 out of 5 times. Not 1 out of 5 makes you think you should do it.
Knocked out.
Exactly, because it's always like a big damage game or something.
Well, he's gotten this back to a 3-on-3. It was a 3-on-6. Now he's going down. This is the time to go down. He's going to go kill this Vickers.
Yeah, for sure.
Who's for sure an idiot. Not a complete moron. Just like a.
They're knocked out.
He can probably tie his shoes, but that's about it. All right, there's that T-34 shot.
Enemy
And
armor
this should be a
is
1-hash shot.
destroyed. We're immobilized.
Nice. I love the ventilation of the reverse on the Waffle. All right, nice game, Lek. Well played. I mean, that was that should have been a loss.
That one was pretty fun to watch.
That was an epic game. 4495 damage, 6 kills. Probably shocked he didn't get the 7th. He did have some. I never saw this player, the team 92. That guy was camping somewhere. But
I didn't even know that was on his team.
Yeah, I don't know. The guy was just hiding back there. I think the Waffle's their best player, 53. The Bat Chat was actually 51. 48. Let's keep going here. Well, they weren't. You know what? Better than I expected. Not good, but better than. This is what I love to see here. This is the idiot that ran up. This guy's got
85
a
as a
400,
game.
475 games. Now, it's probably a reroll, but, or you know what you would say? This is a failed reroll.
Yo,
All right, I think this is our last game. We got two more if you can hang with us. Two more. Why don't we go back to Frosty, and then we'll finish with another European one. All right, we did Frosty's Alpenstadt. We're going to do Frosty's Normandy. And
Normandy's probably one of my favorite maps in the game.
I love this map. Easily my favorite map as well. Terrific map. I don't understand why they can't do more. It's supposed to be a World War II game, It's like a million battle sites for World War II, but, sure. I guess some of them resemble World War II battle sites, but come on. I could do more of these. We're almost there.
I like what he's doing here. He's realizing his team does not give two shits about the right side, so he automatically takes this middle bush right here. This spot is so good for light tanks and mediums. Probably the best spot on this map, to be honest, if your team is dumb. And what is that?
I don't know what the hell's going on there. There's a T-92 that crawled into basically
What is that?
by himself. He got killed. The only thing is I noticed here is, and this is honestly one thing I see, there's like 5 tanks from Caps' team that ran after the T-92 to shoot him. So now they're all over there past decap. And that could be problematic for them. They're kind of like fish in a barrel, whatever you shoot in the barrel.
Yeah, they're already getting surrounded right here.
Exactly. So we'll see if that ends up costing.
We didn't even scratch them.
It's actually but there's an idiot. T-57 just crawled out. I think some people think the T-57 has the armor of an E5 or E3. It does not.
Yeah, they would totally wrong to him though.
I mean, there's people with T-57s all over all the place just pushing that crazy.
We finished him off.
It's a really popular tank.
It is. It's a good tank. It's a good tank. I didn't like it. All right. 5-on-5. They've got 2 bases. They had an idiot all the way down at A. And looked at
Enemy
the
is hit.
Caps' team is not killing quickly. They had a hell of an opportunity to push that C earlier, and they didn't. So now that it's really is a kind of a tight game.
Yeah, he's in a really awkward spot here too.
He is. Yeah, and he can't get the gun down over that hill, and every time he pokes out, he can be shot from that E50.
Enemy
He's
is
lucky he
hit.
hasn't been.
There goes the 800.
Yeah, it's not looking good. All right, 4-5, nice shot there. Caps up to 2,700 damage. He needs to clear this ISA quickly. You got to do that. Nice move. Hopefully the projectile will finish him. And Caps is getting the hell out of dodge to get behind this. I would have gone and got right behind that 704. Did not get hit. Wow, that's very fortunate. Does that 704 have a derp on there?
I think he has a stock gun. The SU-152's gun.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know. I can't quite tell.
Dude, I really... Oh, and he's fucking unloaded. I honestly didn't even know the 704 had that cannon as an option. That's hilarious.
It's its first gun, I think.
Wow. I need to look at that. We may need to do a competition to see who can do the most damage with that thing on the tier 9.
I think it's SU-152.
One of our troops is gone. We can't
Well, the
move.
funny thing is, that guy's beating the hell out of Caps. I don't know what's going on here with Caps. He does manage to clear him. It's a 2-on-2, but the point advantage is massive. They've actually managed to cap all 3 bases, 3 out of 4. And this Tortoise is just sitting there. Oh, this is a tough position to be. He's got to clear this whole read, jump into D, and get some help from that Tortoise. If that can all happen, he does clear the whole read.
Enemy armor is
Oh, the
destroyed.
Tortoise. Oh, it's. I don't see how to use this one. Yeah, this is
Penetration.
Any suggestions, Jen?
Farm as much damage before you lose the game, to be honest, at this point. Because this is...
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, this is over. But it was still a really good game. He made use of the heavy's side of the map somehow. Usually that side of the map is just complete dog shit.
Yeah.
Or anything but a heavy.
Yeah, and he played it well. I think the overall, again, it's a really stupid thing, but that T-92 on his team that went over there initially and distracted them all, they're probably not very good players, really screwed it up. They went after him instead of pushing. If you're going to go with a bunch of heavies, you got to push decap.
Yeah, they just all turned around, and then once they all turned back around, the whole enemy team was farming them.
Okay, look at this. This idiot here, sugar-free list pop. 40,000 games. This is as many games as I've played. 49%. Clearly a brilliant player. 870. He managed to master this thing with that cannon.
What the fuck?
Dude, I gotta look at. I gotta. And look at that. Oh my God. I hope Caps did not spend the time to look at this guy that he lost to. He's probably gonna never play the game again. Wow, that was weird. Let's take a look at the 704. Let me see this cannon. Maybe it wasn't.
Yup.
Is it the stock? So the 152, the ML.
That's the SU-152's gun, the Tier 7.
Holy shit! How the
my
fuck?
God.
Is it even improved, or is it the same as the SU-152?
It's the same.
I mean, it's got, yeah, it looks exactly the same. 2950, DPM, 135, base AP.
It's horrible.
Dude, this guy mastered the 704 using that cannon. Like, honestly, that should be game of the month, just to be able to do that bullshit. Oh, that's hilarious. Loved it. All right, that was something. Caps, I'm truly sorry. We're not making fun of you. We're laughing with you. We're crying with you, dude. All right.
Yeah, that was kind of a heartbreak game.
It was. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. Hey, we are joined by Rebel. Howdy, Rebel. I wonder if Rebel ever played that cannon. I might do a competition to see who can do the most damage with the stock 704.
That'd be pretty funny. I wouldn't touch that competition.
Yeah, that's not worth the award, no matter what the hell it is. We'll do. You know what? We'll do it. We'll do it during one of the fake game modes or something. All right.
Yeah, during this Halloween game mode or something.
Realistic sucks, so we'll do it during realistic. I hate realistics. I mean, you probably like it.
Oh my God! Imagine trying to pen something with that in realistic.
No, you can pen. You just shoot HE and just pen everybody for 300 for splash. Just splash them with 350. But you're right. All right. Let's go to our last replay. It is by WAW278. This is a big damage game. Hopefully he doesn't farm a AFK at the end of it. I think this is also Europe or Russia. I don't remember. I don't recognize any of the clans or anything. So, and we are going here again at Black Goldville. Let's see if he uses the same spot. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. We've got 2 heavies, 2 mediums, and 3 TDs in both. Medium and light in both. Let's see. It's a tier 8-9 battle. All right, let's see. And he goes to tier Gent. This must be the spot for the CR on both sides. I don't like this one as well because you are more exposed on the other side.
Yeah, this spot, it doesn't seem to work very much for me. So I like to use the spot, or I will usually go caves, or I will use the spot by the pillar behind them, if you know what I mean. There's a pushback there that you can use and just sit back and farm.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Well,
That's what I use, but
I think it's a good. I think this is. You're right. I've been using the other spot like an idiot half the time. The only problem I have struggle with this one is exactly what happened to him there. He saw it though. Is that you get a player behind you? I don't know how that was. I guess he shot his turret. But our friend here is getting the hell out of Dodge. He's bounced 770.
was that AFK tank on his team?
I don't think. Double check. Swivel it around. Sorry. Wait till he's.
Nice shot.
I don't think so. I don't see it.
Alright.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
You get the hell beat out of him there. Still 6-on-6 though. Well, you notice where the 3 heavies are, right? Fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Now this is what happens to me every damn game. No enemy, and they're still over there hanging out by the oil refinery, by the oil rigs.
You call caves and they're just all like, fuck that, go town and just sit there and cap.
In the snipe,
Do
right?
nothing.
Nothing like a KV4 trying to snipe with his dispersion is like 0.5, and he's trying to snipe from 400 meters away. I think this is a smart play, though. I mean, you saw he backed out. He didn't go all the way over there. He's trying, like, his range is like 200 meters or so. So he's going to get spotted, but he should still be able to get a lot of shots. And there's an STI. Takes that one. Oh, no.
Yeah, this spot is great for protecting your spawn from a push. Because
Yeah.
they're all just sitting there, and he has free reign over all of them.
That was a lucky shot. And then he's got an STI versus STI down there into the pit. He doesn't want to jump in there. He's going to instead shoot the Yak Tiger. Although, yeah, that's a good play. Although he needs to get that Chimama off of him.
Great shot.
You were correcting me the other day, Jen. What do I call it? Is it Chimera or Chimera?
Chimera.
Chimera.
It's a
Okay.
chimera.
Not a Chimama? All right. All right, another nice
Enemy
shot
armor
there.
is damaged.
And Chimera's pushing up. Will he clear him? He should be able to clear him. Could he get him? Oh, that guy is there. By the way, it's a 4 on 5. It was a 4 on 6. Still, this game is far from won by either team.
That's what we would do.
He could hash the back of that. Is he hashing him? Yep, he's hashing the back of that. I'll say that's a prime hash spot. Oh, nicely done. Caught him on 582. And that Jag is just one little hit away, and he goes.
Enemy vehicle knocked
That
out.
Hesh is like the tank's ace up the sleeve. Because, like, the things you can do with cheap Hesh to tier 8s and stuff with 440 alpha is unreal.
Nice
It
shot.
truly is.
It's a huge difference, and I mean, it's very, with the accuracy of this cannon, you can land those shots too, which is a big part of that. Is you're going to track
Enemy armor is
Woof.
damaged.
470. Oh, I don't know what he's trying to do here. I don't know what he's trying to do. He got away with it. That was more luck than skill, I think. Or maybe more skill than I understand. I think he was trying to track him and COD him. But the I think it's ST1 can really, really rotate. It's got decent turret traverse, unlike the IS4. So
Yeah.
let's see what's going on here. So we've still got a 704. They've got a Scorp, a 704, and a T54. The 54 is like no hit points at all. Somebody's telling him to run. His waffle does not look smart. He's using the 120. Is it 122 or 128? I can't remember which cannon that is.
That gun is horrible.
He's
like, why- I
Mesa,
wanted-
aka Masturbating Merlin, told me to use that cannon, and I listened to him, and he was wrong. Thanks, Mesa.
It's like, it makes the tank average, because
Yeah.
I'd rather the 640 alpha gun with its crazy reload and like actual dispersion.
Well, on my live stream with Rebel, Rebel showed me how to use
Critical hit.
the 152. I still can't use it very effectively. Oh my God, we have another guy in a derp gun. I think it's another guy in that. Oh, maybe not. I can't tell.
Enemy is hit.
No, I don't think that's the difference.
Yeah, that's the regular. That's the DL10. Yeah. All right, there he clears them.
Enemy vehicle
Okay, now it's a
knocked
2-on-2. The waffle. I will say that cannon is immensely long. I mean, it is. It is the envy of many of other smaller turret or cannon tanks. All right, he takes a blind shot there. He cleared him with a blind shot. Oh my God! Snap blind shot. Are you fucking kidding me?
That was nice.
What? What was that? I almost have to see that again. I don't understand that. Anyway, wow. That was not how I thought that would go down. 7951 damage. Base XP 1930. I'm gonna have to watch that one again. I know. I just don't understand how the hell that happened. I mean, I don't even know what he was shooting at. Maybe he saw it and we didn't.
Well, he was spotted, but I spotted and just took a blind shot to see if he didn't move.
Yeah, you're right. And he may have. I mean, I don't know if PC auto aim would have kept on him. I didn't think so. It didn't look like PC auto aim either. Let's
No, see, he's spotted right there, stops moving, and then he just risks the blind shot anyways.
Oh,
Enemy armor is destroyed.
yeah, I guess so. That's a hell of a. That's pretty impressive. I don't know how good this guy is. We may have to look him up. That was. I mean, kind of remembering what the play is and all that. That's pretty epic. So, got to give it to him. That was well played. I mean, that team, he did it all. I mean, look at this. I mean, they had one guy over 1,000 damage on his team. and that's just nuts.
And Harmony AFKs.
Yeah. I mean, that was impressive. So, well, Gent, that is it for replays. That is it for the Vickers CR. Any last thoughts for those who don't have it, those who want it? Anything else?
Get the tank, spam it before it gets nerfed.
Hell yeah. I mean, honestly, I thought, like you and I were chatting about, we thought for absolute certainty this thing is getting nerfed to oblivion, and it has not. If you don't own this tank and you're not playing it, you've got to, you've got to do it. It's a fantastic tank. All right, well, thanks so much, Jen. It's been a pleasure having you on the channel and on the stream. Good luck with the ratings, man. I want to see you in the top 5, top 1. You can easily do it.
We'll see.
All right, Jen. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you happen to watch this, and have a great night.